CEVILAIN. Is that right?
You, you did it.
I've been trying all night, so
Oh, that's awesome.
why don't you guys introduce yourselves and also give me a little back history on the band.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm Cliff. I'm the lead vocalist and guitarist for CEVILAIN.
I am Ed. Uh, I play bass and I do some backup singing and screaming. That's what I do.
There you
Okay,
go.
so when did you guys get started? When did this become a project, or is it now more of living? Yeah.
It depends on how you look at it. Yeah, we're certainly living it. But the goal obviously is to make it bigger and expand it and hopefully turn it into a full-time gig. The band kind of started in 2018, but didn't really pick up until Ed and Joel joined in 2019. And when we started writing together, the four of us, that's really in my mind and in my heart as well, Ed. When the band started.
Um, I'm trying to think of, there was another good question I had. Well, there was one, let me just get a
Gotta
little
stay
bit of my
hydrated.
bone cracking shanty there.
Hey, there we go.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, I did notice that. So you all write, you all do sing too, and do you play multiple instruments? I think that's a really interesting thing that you all can have input like that.
Absolutely, yeah. The three of us up front all contribute vocals. We're trying really hard to get Parms, our drummer, to grab a mic as well. He's been a little resistant or reluctant thus far, but we'll get him there.
Didn't but he did do vocals on a video on your YouTube, didn't he?
He did, yeah. So he can sing.
It's a
It's
nervous thing.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think it's just because he's doing so much back there. He doesn't want to add one more thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed him too. Well, everybody's really noticeable in live setting, but he's making those faces, and you're dancing around on bass, and you're just getting lost. So, do you guys get lost in the moment, or is it? I mean, I know it's you're professionals, but do you still get lost in the moment? Like, do you still enjoy every new song that you sing every night? I mean, it can get kind of tedious, but is it yet?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, we love it. The performance side of things is the payoff for all the hard work being done behind the scenes, the hours that we put in the studio, finally getting to get out in front of people and play and perform with each other too. Again, truly is the payoff. It's the most rewarding thing in the world, being up there on stage and looking over, to my right or left and seeing Ed or Joel just having the time of their life, or looking behind me and seeing Parms just be a friggin' animal. So
And you guys have probably really become like brothers since COVID kind of put a dent in things for a bit, but maybe did it bring you guys closer? Did you commit to this more, or what happened during COVID?
yeah, COVID was strange. I mean, we had just put out How It Ends in October of 2019, and we're kind of building up to the release of On Death and Dying, which was slated for March 2020.
Hmm.
And we all know what happened then. So it was kind of a strange time and a weird shift that we had to do because again, we had tours. We were in the middle of a tour that got canceled. We had another tour lined up for the summer, which got pushed to December of 2020 and then got pushed to the summer of 2021, but then eventually got canceled. So yeah, it was a very weird time. I don't think it affected our relationships. It just kind of encouraged us to get back to work and figure out a way to continue moving forward. I think more than anything, the tour that we did last year, in May, living in an RV together for 2.5 weeks, certainly brought us together, brought us very close, especially Ed and I.
Yes.
We shared the master suite in the back of the RV, so every night, getting a little bit closer to one another was just a treat.
And so you mentioned you were on tour. So who have you shared the stage with that people might know right now?
Oh my goodness. We just came off a show with Finger 11
That's the
back
one
in
I
December.
yeah, that's the one I saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a great show, great guys, and a great venue. We've played with Jeff Martin from Tea Party and Adam Gonche from Saint Asonia. We've played with Palais Royale and Biff Naked, um, One Bad Son, God, Buck Cherry. I feel like
Mhm.
I'm missing people. I know that I'm missing people for sure.
Those are the big ones that people would know, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's quite the list already. I mean, you haven't been around for that long, and when I saw you guys on stage, and I had never heard of you guys. I'm more like the Chicago stuff and everything right now, and out in the States. But yeah, you complimented Finger 11, and they complimented you. Really, like I really felt like the music was really top notch, and the writing, the lyrics, everything, even
Thank you.
the stage presence too.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Um. Yeah, you said you did a song, or did you do a song with Adam Goiche from
Yeah, we
Ice?
did. We did.
So, how
So
did
that
that
was
one come to be?
yeah, it was kind of I think originally around the time that Saint Asonia was putting out their second album, um, they were doing some interaction with the fans through social media, and some of the things were, giveaways or meet and greets or stuff of that nature. And one such thing that they were doing was, send us your music, and if we like what you're doing, then we'll pick a band and we'll do a song, or Adam will do a song. And then, of course, COVID kind of put a stall on everything. So we'd sent a couple tracks, and originally we were hoping to get them on Death and Dying. We'd sent him a couple songs that were going to be on that album, and then with everything that happened, it just the schedule didn't line up. We had a couple ideas while we were, stuck in the studio during the COVID times. Um, sent him a couple things, and he, I guess, jived with that particular track, and it was really an easy process working with him. Such a down to earth guy. Like you wouldn't know that he's one of the biggest rock stars on the planet talking to him. He's just super engaging and very sweet guy, and was willing to do pretty much anything that we wanted to do with the project. So
Oh.
it was amazing getting to work with him.
And did you guys exchange any tips to each other, like any tricks of the trade, or
It
or
was
just to basically just talk and learn from him and
Yeah, it was
like
mostly business.
yeah.
Since working on the song together, we've stayed in contact and touch base from time to time, see how each other are doing. And it's so nice to see how busy he is now with Saint Asonia and the tour after tour that he's going out and doing. It's really rewarding as a fan and as a peer to see him doing it.
Well, I noticed he too. I've seen him on stage again with 3 Days Grace and stuff. So I mean, at least that bridge is kind of mended too, I guess. But
It looks like it, yeah. It's nice to see. It's good for the fans, and hopefully it's good for whatever happened behind the scenes there for them to mend those relationships.
well, if Guns N' Roses can do it,
Are they
anybody can
doing
do.
it though?
Well,
I don't
I know
know.
why they're doing it for, but
Yeah. Yeah.
tell me about the new song that and the new video you just put out about 3 months ago.
Yeah, Fallout. So we're in another album cycle right now. We've been kind of tucked away in the studio for the last couple months. Fallout was kind of we wanted to dip our toe in the water a little bit and see how receptive everybody would be to kind of where we're going with the evolution of our sound. I think that song is a little bit more mature than what we've put out in the past. So yeah, you know, it will absolutely be on the album, that song, and yeah, just kind of super proud of it. It was a really fun process of working out that song, and it's one from a lyrical standpoint that I'm really quite proud of. I think it paints a really cool story.
Well, I was gonna say that going back through with the songs that I actually have, I've noticed that the lyrics really have a lot of meaning and there's positivity, but there's a lot of things that people might have been going through or are going through, and it's in a good light. Like it's not always negative, but it's who's like how do you come across like how do you write these songs? And do you do like different rewrites and stuff like that, or is it just come naturally to you guys?
It's definitely, you know, a process of going back and reviewing it, and everybody has input on the lyrics. So I'll, you know, depending on who's coming up with the idea, we kind of flesh it out and then bring it together in the room and see if there's anything that needs to be changed or updated. And like you said, you know, we're dealing with some heavier subject matter, but we're absolutely trying to come at it from, you know, if not necessarily a positive area, an area of introspection and thoughtfulness, and trying to see if there's, you know, an alternative outcome rather than just being stuck in whatever feeling or motif that may be.
That's
Yeah,
how I
and
write though.
that's how you write.
Yeah, Ed writes all the sad stuff, and we got to reel him in a little bit.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, write what you know, I guess.
yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't seem like a sad person, but
Well, little man, big
everybody
feelings.
goes through
So
things. Everybody goes
Little
through
man,
waves, like
big
you said.
feelings.
yeah.
Yeah. You've done covers. I've seen a bunch of covers on your YouTube, but Ed, you did live, you did a Nancy Sinatra.
Yeah,
Can
bang
you tell me
bang.
about that? Why you chose that one?
That was actually a suggestion to do that from Cliff. But I love like older songs. I'm constantly making people listen to like I would like older than what most people would consider classics. Like I like the old doo-wop stuff and like early psychedelic things. So we were just like thinking about interludes and stuff coming up with songs that we could play in between to kind of bridge some other stuff. And Cliff suggested Bang Bang, and I was like, I love that song. That's absolutely. And it kind of came together really quick. It sounded really cool like the first couple times we played it, and we've done that at a handful of shows now, and it always has a good review with the people listening. So yeah, we even recorded that and threw it up on Facebook too, just in case people didn't get enough at the show.
Yeah, I was really surprised that that was coming from you guys. But I mean, really, I don't like putting bands into genre. I mean, I think music is good music, right? Like I
Yeah.
don't
Absolutely.
think you need to be in a genre. Like they even have you listed under new metal, and I'm like, whatever. Like it's just
We get emo sometimes too.
yeah,
We
but
get a little bit of everything, which I think is a compliment more than anything.
yeah.
You know, being genre fluid.
Well, that's what I found. Yeah, you don't stick to one style, and it's your style. Like, and that's a really good thing for a band to have its own style. Yeah, they mentioned Chevelle and stuff like that, but I like Chevelle. I'm a really big fan of Chevelle, but listening to the stuff you guys are putting out, you're progressing a lot faster, and I've been catching myself singing some of the songs and doing it in my head too. I'm like,
That's awesome.
so it's good that you have catchy songs that are gonna stick in people's heads.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
Upcoming,
Yeah.
you mentioned your new album. Is it gonna be out this year? Is it gonna have acts on it like a couple of the other EPs had, or is it gonna be another concept album, or is it just gonna be straight music?
No, you kind
All
of
of the above.
you got us all figured out. It's definitely it's another concept album that we're doing. We're doing the seven deadly sins.
Okay.
So each song will be focusing on a particular sin.
We're not religious, by the way. We're not a
Not at
religious
all.
band.
Not at all.
I'm not either, but
It's a
Yeah.
cool concept, though.
yeah.
It's just I find it interesting and driving to write purposefully. You know, having an overarching theme certainly motivates me, and I think we are much more productive when we have something that we're working towards rather than just writing a collection of songs and throwing them together and saying, here, this is an album. You know, if you listen to On Death and Dying, you know, from start to finish, it tells a story. And then the same thing with the follow-up. So it goes, you know, it tells a story from start to finish. So we're going to be doing the same thing in that sense with this new album. So there'll be 7 tracks on it. And we're about halfway done, I would say.
Oh,
Ish.
so yeah, it'll be out, maybe it'll be out later this year at some point. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, so you're doing everything yourself, like you're all independent, you're doing all the recording and all that. Like, I mean, you have people, but it's pretty much the your
Yeah.
civilian show.
Yeah, everything's done in-house, except this time around we are sending out for mixing.
Okay.
This just incredible producer and mixing engineer named Joel Wanasek. I've never seen anybody work as fast as he does and just nail it.
It's just
As
passion. It's just
yeah.
he works until it's done kind of guy. So
Yeah, just unbelievably talented, has a great visionary mind for it. So, you know, being able to take that off of Parms's plate, you know, traditionally Parms was doing all the mixing for us, is letting us be much more productive. So we're banging off songs a lot quicker, uh,
mhm.
which is nice because we finish the recording process, we do all the edits, and then send it off, and we're right on to the next thing. So the plan this year is rather than picking 1 or 2 singles and then releasing the album, we're going to be releasing a track a month until the album's out.
That's a good idea because I found too with the way like I'm a CD collector, so I go through track 1 all the way to then. But these days I'm guessing a lot of people just do singles
Mhm.
and don't actually get like the idea of a concept album because they don't get all the songs, so they're only getting half the stuff that comes with it. And I
Yeah,
think it's really good idea to do it that way that you're doing it.
Thank you.
awesome. Well, hopefully it works.
Yeah,
We'll see.
and you'll probably be doing a couple shows here and there and testing some of these songs out live.
Yeah, we're full on tour planning right now. You if you were at the Finger 11 show, you would have heard 2 of the songs off the album. Fallout,
Hmm.
obviously. One of the lighter songs that we played at the show is called Cope.
Hmm.
Which has an incredible feature on it that I'm so excited about. I don't know if you've heard of the band Conquer Divide, but their singer Kiralee is a big feature on that track, and I'm just over the moon. But we already have that one mixed and ready to go. I can't wait to get it out there for everybody.
Mhm. I
I'll
didn't know if
have
we were going to
to.
be talking about the features. I didn't know if it was secret.
Yeah, who cares for secrets?
I'll definitely go check that band out. I probably have heard them. It's really, sometimes there's so many different bands out there to catch my ear and to stick in it. It's a good thing. But some of them come and go. Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But once you hear them, you won't forget them.
yeah.
They're incredible.
Well, you
Very,
guys
very
are
cool.
incredible too, so don't
Thank
sell
you.
yourself short. Yeah, well, I think that's about it for now. I'm sure I'll talk to you guys again. One other thing wanted to mention though is it's not all seriousness. There are some humorous things that you guys do. I saw it, like I mentioned the drink, and I mentioned or I didn't mention the story time with you.
Oh,
Um,
girl story time.
yeah,
Quite
Great time with
classic.
it.
was that just out of boredom or was that just something to do or
That was a COVID thing. So
Yeah.
we were going to do this fundraiser that was a virtual concert, and the organizer came to us and said, we want like an intro video, like, sit there and introduce yourself and all of this stuff. And we don't really work that way.
Mhm.
We're like, well, if we're gonna do a video, we're gonna show our personalities off a little bit. So, we had I think Ed, you had two skits, right? You had story time and you had sex ed.
Yeah,
And then Joel had beer to face and we had the bone crack and shandy. So that
yeah,
I think that took up the whatever 15 or 20 minutes that
yeah. Sex
Bill.
ed with Ed had to be cut a
Oh,
lot.
it had to be edited big
It
time.
was like 2 hours of me just being nasty with a cucumber.
Oh, it was filthy. It was filthy.
Wow. Well, I'll talk to you guys again at some point, I'm sure. Like when you drop a couple of new tracks, or like you said, you're gonna put them out once a month. We'll catch up again. Just message me or whatever. But do you have
Awesome.
anything else you want to promote, like your website, your merch site, any of that stuff?
Yeah, you can go to our website. It'll be updated very soon for the new batch of releases. So that's www.cevilain.com, CEVILAIN.com. Again, we are in tour planning mode right now too. We're going to be hitting the road for a good stretch starting in July,
Okay.
including Chicago.
Okay. I'll
We'll be in
mention that
Chicago.
to my partner there.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. That'll be our second time there. I can't wait to get back. So yeah, we're gonna be very busy. 2024 is gonna be a busy year for us.